Good afternoon, traders, and welcome back to the Hot Stocks Outlook for July 26, 2019. Hope y'all are having an excellent week out there in the financial markets, and as always, plenty of opportunities to cover here. We're going to be taking a look today at Best Buy Corporation. We've got Southwest Airlines, Newmont Mining, and Pan American Silver, so a couple of gold and silver miners there, as well as Lennar Home Builders. But starting out with shares of Best Buy, what we have here are daily price actions. So each one of these candles represents a full and complete trading day. And right up against that price data, you see that there's a couple of indicators. There's a black line against the chart. And what that black line is a actual simple moving average. Now, that indicator is a really great barometer of where prices have been in the past. You know, it takes the past 10 close prices, adds them all together, divides by 10, but it's only looking at the past prices of shares of Best Buy, and it's also lagging information since it's looking at only past data and always going to be dragged around by those previous close prices. So what we want to do is compare that value to this blue line that you see against the chart, and for this value to be generated, VantagePoint is doing what's called intermarket analysis. It's actually using the technology of neural networks, so a type of artificial intelligence, to look at how other markets, things like the S&P 500, ETF groups, related stocks, currencies, futures markets, all affect, drive, and share an influence with shares of Best Buy. And it takes that data and actually looks forward and generates future data. So candles in the future that haven't yet occurred yet, and it actually builds that into the predicted moving average, turning it into what was a lagging indicator and turns it into a forward-looking indicator so that we can understand that once that blue line or that predicted moving average crosses above the actual moving average, it's letting us know where prices are expected to move going forward. And therefore, in this case, we see that blue line crossing above the black line telling us, look, the trend is up, average prices should start to move higher, and you therefore want to take long positions in the market. Now, in addition to that predicted moving average that benefits from that artificial intelligence and that future data that's generated, we also have this indicator at the very bottom of the chart. You see it goes from a green to a red, green, red. This is a highly accurate 48-hour indicator. So again, driven via the artificial intelligence technology within the software, but only looking ahead in 2 candle increments at a time and rolling forward each and every day. And lastly, are actually even provided with a predicted high and predicted low. Again, those neural networks doing that job to pick out a predicted high and predicted low value so that intraday you have levels that you know that are safe to go ahead and trade from. So when we really wrap this all together, we get the entirety of this forecast, and we can see from shares of Best Buy very clearly here, looking early in the month of June to go ahead and start getting long this market, and we can see how accurate those predicted low values are against the then actual trading day. See, we're produced with a new sort of shadow candle here, but we can look back at all those previous predicted highs and lows, and when you understand directionally where you want to be long, you have these levels that you can go in and stake out a position from. And as long as you stick true to your system, right, and understanding, okay, well, if you're a trend trader, you want to stick with those predicted moving averages, but also be able to adjust your position moving forward. And you see here that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 entries into this market as the trend keeps continuing higher. So a really nice rally here in shares of Best Buy, but you also see that blue line never crossing below the black line, signaling that the trend is now reversing. Got a 20% rally here, $13 per share. Easily 100 shares made $1,300 just in the past couple of months in just this one stock here in Best Buy. Moving on to Southwest Airlines, a little bit more recently, we see you have this crossover for this blue line crossing above the black line early in the month of July and signaling, look, if you want to go ahead and trade the airlines, especially Southwest Airline, look towards these predicted highs and low values to make that determination of where should I be looking to actually get involved in the market. And you see, as this rolls forward, these levels are going to adjust and pick out levels for you. But usually the best thing to do is, not be chasing the market, not be, trying to get into the market on these days. You see, you've got a great entry waiting for you. But that's one of the great benefits of this technology, is its ability to adapt and adjust moving forward and make sure that you're not chasing things down and that you're being patient, getting a nice entry into the market. And you see, we got a really nice pop here over the past few days here in shares of Southwest Airlines, about a 4% move from there, but plenty of opportunity all the way back from earlier on in the trade, getting at least about a 6% 6% move higher just over the past couple of weeks here, and even some opportunities for some shorter term trades where you can be buying at the predicted low, targeting the predicted high, and making money along those lines as well. Moving on to the gold and silver miners. So we covered a lot of these several weeks ago, and you see Newmont Mining still in a very strong uptrend. That blue line above the black line. And of course, we can take a look at those predicted levels that you're provided with each and every day. So even when this volatility starts to come into the market, and you understand, look, I only want to be taking long positions here, meaning buying at or near the predicted low, targeting the predicted high. And you see, even on days like this, where you get a down day, close at that predicted low, next day, VantagePoint is saying, look all the way down here for the next predicted low. And you see how these markets, this one gaps a little bit lower here, but gets back on track here. And you see several days where you're pretty much buying pretty close to the daily low there. And within a day or two, the market moving higher. But most importantly, that blue line or that prediction of trend still very much to the upside. So really nice rally over the last really few months here, and another place where as a short-term trader, well, what do you want to be doing? You just want to be buying the market, definitely not going short. You see this market up over 29% or $9 per share on a $30 stock. So huge opportunity there to make some money to the upside. And really the whole sector has been doing well. And that's a really good way to tell where you should focus your attention with your trading. So when you understand, hey, gold's doing well, silver's doing well, the gold and silver miners are doing well, you can look at things like Pan American Silver here, where we see getting a crossover to the upside here in Pan American. A lot of strength from the Neural Index moving forward and saying, look, expect this market to trade higher. Use those predicted levels to take long positions here. And you see you got a couple entries along the way, but a really huge move just over the past couple of weeks here as Pan American Silver breaks out. Again, gold and silver especially, doing very well over the past couple weeks. This market up 26% just in the past 10 trading days. So again, a market that's $13 per share, now trading up at $16 per share. Very easy to buy 1,000 shares. You're up, $3,400 just in the past couple of weeks here, 10 trading days. Lastly here, Lennar. And so one of the few areas that hasn't looked as strong is home builders, real estate, those sort of areas, a good place to hedge yourself, maybe even take a short position. Here you see in shares of Lennar, really going back in midpoint of June, you really don't want to be long here. There's a lot of danger here. That black or blue line crossing below the black line signaling this trend is now to the downside. And of course, you'd want to look towards the short side of the market and be shorting up at these predicted highs. Here, you'd go ahead and actually be filled at the open of the day, but plenty of these opportunities to be shorting up near these predicted highs. Or just trading options, right? Just go ahead and buying some put options to cover some of the long positions that you may be taking in the market. But really a huge decline here as shares of Lennar down 11, almost 12% here. And again, you've seen really the whole sector, very similar to how Newmont Mining and Pan American Silver and some of those gold and silver miners are doing well. Home builder ETFs, real estate ETFs, all those stocks within those areas really performing poorly, and a great place to go ahead and make money on the short side of the market. So as always, this has been our Hot Stocks Outlook for July 26, 2019. Thank you all for watching. Best of luck, and bye for now.